Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Get Your Pets Out, the podcast where pet obsession meets comedy, hosted by me, Eva Binderman, and Barry Binderman, who is a tortoise. Barry has chosen this time of year to pop into Brumination, which is like a voluntary coma. And so instead of being here on my sofa doing the podcast with me, he's in a box in the shed outside. So in his absence, I have persuaded our lovely producer to lend me her two ragdoll cats, Joy and Fiora. They're sweet, they're affectionate, and they're complete lunatics. So I think they'll be a fantastic addition to the podcast whilst Barry is sleeping outside. This podcast, for our first one, we have the fantastic Jared Christmas. I've just come back from a gig with him, which is why I'm dressed a lot nicer than you'll see on the pod. It's a delight to have him. I'm really, really chuffed. He is an all-rounder. He's a Kiwi comic, award-winning. He's been on the telly, both in the UK and internationally. He's all over the internet. You'll sort of a fantastic live stand-up comic. He does panto. He's even part of a kids beatboxing duo. It's name it, and he's done it, and he's aced it. So we're very lucky to have him. And he's also been a little bit of a mentor to me in comedy and sort of guiding me through. He's very, very funny man. And more importantly, he has a household full of pets. And that's what we're really here to find out about. So have a listen. And here it is. It's Jared Christmas. I have nearly looked after your dog quite a few times. Feel like I've been circling the dog nanny
I think it's going to happen at some point.
It better happen. But I think my main trap will be, I feel like I know more about you, so I'll just jump into things. But why don't you tell us what pets have you got?
Okay, so we've got the dog, Mavis. She's a pug, black pug. She's around about 6 years old.
Aren't they born at about 6 years old?
Their faces look like they're ancient already when they come through.
I love pugs.
Look, pugs are controversial, aren't they? A lot of people have got issues with them, and we've had to do one operation to widen her nostril, but we went to a really good breeder for her, and she's been absolutely health-wise absolutely excellent. Anal gland issues, but I don't think that's just a pug thing.
I think it's just an age thing, isn't
have
it,
you
for us all?
Smelt the dog anal gland juice?
I haven't.
Mate,
Is that bottled, fresh? It?
It is one of the worst smells you will ever encounter. It's metallic. It's fishy. It's it's so gross.
Because you have to squeeze them, don't you? You have to sort of release.
I take
you can't do them yourself.
You can do them yourself, but I've got to deal with I've got like an ongoing payment to the vet, and every time I take her in to get her anal glands juiced, is juiced the milked?
Yeah, milked? Yeah, I think,
I'd say a different term.
Released.
Freed. Do you know what the technical term is? Expressed.
That's worse.
Yeah,
that's so much worse than all the others.
I think they should stick with milk.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
But they always offer to teach me how to do it. And I'm like, no. I love my dog, but my finger is not going in doggy bum. No way, Jose. It's a pretty brutal smell. But in terms of being a family pet, she's pretty incredible. Friendly with kids. And I just see her doing that sensing when my youngest daughter's upset thing.
Oh, she's sort of clued in.
Yeah, man. It's wicked. It's really cool to see. I think
that's really special when they become part of the emotional family. They're just clued in to how everyone's feeling and what their role in it is. I mean, some people get dogs for protection. I'm guessing that's not your vibe with a pug.
She's pretty vicious. I wouldn't mess with her.
Like in a sort of bitchy way, or
she's got a sharp word to say.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you what she does when you're walking her and you see another dog, is she'll be all like, oh hi, a little bit shy, a little bit. As soon as that dog starts walking away, that's when she gives it the big stuff. She's barking, tugging on the lead, trying to chase after them. And there was one time that for a laugh, I just let go of the lead. And she ran forward a little bit and then freaked out like, hey, this was all for show.
She's like, pull me back!
Yeah.
Pull me back!
What are you doing? This wasn't for realsies.
It's just like, oh God, I've got to actually kill this dog now.
How am I going to take on a Saint Bernard? Do you say Bernard or Bernard?
I just
Saint Bernard?
STB for me.
STB in the house.
That's it.
Represent.
Very, they've got to keep it very simple for a saint.
Yeah.
What you've got Mavis,
I got Mavis.
but I hear rumours that you've actually got
Shitloads more.
like an ark at Christmas.
Yeah.
Ark.
So we've got a cat called Honeycomb, and we've got 7 guinea pigs.
Okay.
So it's a slippery slope, right?
Yeah, it seems to be.
The reason we've got all these animals, it all started with a simple conversation with my wife, where she said to me, we should have a talk about getting a cat. And I said, I'm up for that talk. And she said, great, I've bought a cat. And the cat was like the gateway drug to the rest of the animals. So we got a cat when we were living in Surbiton called Billie. And I didn't want her. But as soon as she arrived, oh my God, that cat was the coolest cat ever. She's a proper kitten when we got her. And I had to sit in the bathroom with her so that she would settle down and sleep for the night. And she started doing this thing that I'd sit on the toilet seat, and then she'd climb over my shoulder and sleep across the back of my neck.
Oh, like you were
like a cat scarf.
Like, so you were the mummy cat.
Yeah, essentially, I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Actually.
Yeah, actually, I was like this sort of, Godfather cat.
She latched on at one point. It was weird, but it was a bonding experience.
There's no bigger bond than between the cat and the partner that didn't want that cat.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. That's where
she was great.
Cats are drawn to casual indifference.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what they've got.
Well, I'm desperate for Alice's cats to come and like sit on top of me. No. I mean, I'm a childless 35-year-old woman. I should be like a beacon for these cats, but they're just not interested. And it's because I'm just expressing, like not expressing. Don't look at my anal glands. But I'm just desperate to grab these cats. But they're just within reach. I mean, there's one at my feet, faced away from me, and I know if I made a movement towards her, she would just fuck off. She'd just be gone. And I respect that, but for me, I need more adoration.
Yeah. So that a dog will give you that. Cats, if you're needy, cat's not for you.
I feel I avoided saying I was needy.
And actually,
you really cut through into, but yeah, you're right.
A bloody turtle is not the option either, or a tortoise.
Yeah, robot mouse, but it
sleeps for 6 months.
I know, but then she's delighted to see me when I go out the box because it's like I've dug her up every year, like resurrected her. Like I'm like a god.
What's the first snack she has?
Dandelions.
Oh,
I pick them fresh.
Do you?
Like lean them out for her.
But have you set an alarm? Like when do you know to pick the dandelions?
Well, the dandelions come up and then she starts scratching at the box. It's like
really?
She knows. They're like, yeah, it's amazing. And also dandelions are free, so that's why it's her first snack as well. Yeah. But you said that the cat was the gateway to then a dog and then guinea pigs, but then usually it's guinea pigs are the gateway to all the other animals. Like
no,
is it? Yeah, you're like, I've got a guinea pig, I've got 2 guinea pigs. That's where I stop with the guinea pigs.
Yeah. And
then I get a cat, the normal thing, cat, dog, donkey, pig.
Yeah, keep going.
Alpaca.
Keep going.
Yeah.
No, so we got the cat. And then when we moved out to Somerset, where we are now in a little village, Millie got run over by a car on Guy Fawkes night. And we'd only lived there maybe 4 or 5 months. So that was pretty brutal. I was a lot more upset than what I thought I would be. And then Amelia, my wife, said, we need to get another cat. Yeah. And I was like, can we bury this one first? Like, can we just have some time? And so, of course, she puts the word out to people that we'd met in the village. And within a day, someone's like, someone's got farm rescue cats, 2 kittens. And Amelia's like, we're having them. And these were the most feral things I've ever encountered.
Farm rescue cats are.
Oh, my God. Couldn't get them in a cat box. They'd never been to the vet. Neither of them have been to the vet.
Never been to the vet.
Never been to the vet. And
They're just outside smoking.
Yeah.
No, you're not taking me anywhere near the establishment. It's too much of this,
I'm off the grid, man.
big government. That's why I don't like big government. That's farm cats.
So one of them was a ginger cat that the people we got her from had named her Oti, and
absolutely not the vibe of a farm cat.
Oh, don't you worry. These names got changed pretty sharpish by the kids. So it was Oti, and the other one was black and white, so they called it Oreo.
Right.
So we get the cats. Instantly, my kids are like, no, Honeycomb and Midnight.
I like that.
Now, turns out, Midnight, bit of a prick. And he got run over by a car.
Oh, God.
Maybe 8 months later. And
this village you live in,
I know, right?
doesn't like cats.
But this is the thing. Once he was out of the picture, Honeycomb became like the best cat.
Okay.
She is living the dream. And I suddenly thought, she pushed him.
She pushed him.
She
was
absolutely
driving.
pushed him. Because he bullied the shit out of her. He ate her food all the time. We used to have to try and separate them. And had scratches all over me from it. And she absolutely pushed him.
Yeah.
Because now she is just a cat of luxury. She barely goes outside. She just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
She's just
no reason
lounging
anymore.
around.
She's done the
No.
crime.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go out there.
Yeah, she's having a good time. So yeah, then Mavis came second. And the guinea pigs came about because my youngest daughter has anxiety and stuff like that. And
so do guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
You're like, let's
kindred
bring
spirits.
in more anxious animals. So you can be like, you think you're worried? Have a look
Well,
at these guys. They're surrounded by honeycomb.
Yeah, I'll have to try and find photos. But the cat and the guinea pigs, fine. Cat and the guinea pig and the dogs, fine. They all just... So we let the guinea pigs roam in our side garden.
Don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a Garden of Eden situation.
Yeah, it's amazing. It looks like, in June, the spice harvesters.
Yes.
They look like that. They're just...
That cat is
What did you say?
crawling. Joy the cat
The cat wants
is
me to stop talking
crawling
about guinea pigs.
closer and closer to your face.
Joy wants me to stop talking about guinea pigs.
Joy
liked it when I was talking about cat.
she's like, less about those
Cats
rodents,
are the best.
please. Joy,
What do you...
I just want some affection. I can't. I'm so upset. I'm so upset at this. Maybe I like a tortoise because he stays where I put him.
Yeah, exactly.
In my pocket. But this...
I think by the end of this podcast, Joy is going to be on my head and be my new hat. My hat cat.
This is the campest pirate I've ever seen.
Arr.
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 Well,
This is...
I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious. Like, yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't know what to say. My arm is going to get tired, but God, I feel really good right now.
Oh my God.
Like the endorphins and that are flowing around my system.
I wouldn't know.
I could have had an awful day today. I didn't, but if I had this right here, this is what you need, isn't it?
Doing a podcast about how much I like pets, and they won't come anywhere near me.
I would be really sad if the cat didn't do this to me.
Yeah. It's your arm is tired, but your heart is full.
Cute little sneeze.
Okay. All right. Do you know what I've
You
decided?
know what?
I decided I'm not
Joy's
actually a cat
allergic to your
person.
moaning.
I'm going to take Joy out to this village of yours.
Yeah. Whoa, that is a threat. That is a threat.
To live a nice, luxurious lifestyle.
Exactly.
With all these guinea pigs. I
Well,
mean,
look,
if they all...
Honeycomb's lasted, man. Honeycomb, that's
How old is she now?
8 years, man.
Yeah.
She's doing good. To be fair, though, 7 of those years she hasn't been outside. So
She just went out once with
Yeah.
Midnight.
Yeah.
That one time. Are they, if they all get along, is that because they're all like similar personalities, or are they all like vastly different?
Well, Honeycomb's never... Oh, no, there was once we got home from being away for a couple of days, and there was a bird in our bedroom that she had absolutely obliterated. That was, getting home at 10 o'clock at night, turning on the light in the bedroom and just seeing an abattoir.
Just to let you know, she can go outside.
She can.
If she wants.
If she wants to, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And she does go out into our side garden and stuff, but she's not one of those cats
Yeah.
that just wanders off for ages.
But
at one point, one day she did destroy a bird, and
in your bedroom as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And, goose down pillows.
Yeah. Stuff them in.
Didn't want a starling down pillow, though, did we?
I'm trying to concentrate on this pod, but
I know.
she's just so adorable on your shoulder, or like elbow.
She's in the crook of my elbow. How can it be comfortable? They all get along. Mavis steals the vegetables that we put out for the guinea pigs.
Right.
So we'll chop up cucumbers and stuff like. Oh, she won't touch broccoli, but she'll go out and if there's cucumbers about, she'll hoover them up.
Little cucumber eating pug.
Yeah, I didn't know dogs that, but turns out dogs like a
bit of
cucumber.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she sort of like, maybe she just likes to dip it in a little bit of hummus? She's
Yeah,
very sort of well-to-do.
All of that in a gin and tonic.
And I'm getting the idea that your house for these animals is like beautiful chaos, though, because that's how I grew up with just pets everywhere, and my mum would take sort of abandoned animals in, or sort of just animals that had been sort of hurt or needed a place. So there was animals everywhere at all times, and it was quite chaotic. But you sort of learnt that animals have personalities of their own, and they have their own sort of tastes and ideas, and it was a good way to grow up. But like, did you grow up with pets?
I did. My wife did not, and that's why I think that like all the pets we've got 100% driven by my wife Amelia. 100%.
100%.
100%. We had fish at one point. We had 7 fish that went down to 4 fish. And then my youngest daughter's favourite fish died while she was at school. So I went to Pets at Home.
Yes.
Got a replacement.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's down to 1 fish, just that one favourite one. But then it turned out that one favourite one was a girl fish and birthed 1,000 fish. No. And we were all staring in the tank going, this is amazing. And my daughter's going, but that used to be a boy fish. Oh, sometimes fish change gender.
It's depending on the the temperature of the water,
all of that.
The political environment. They're really very sort of right on with everything. Yeah, absolutely.
You know the big lesson we learned?
Go on.
Big lesson?
Yeah.
Whilst we were watching that fish, all the baby fish around, is that fish eat fish?
No.
We then sat there and watched that fish go around eating all her babies. And suddenly, my daughter, how old had she been at that time? 9. She's having to learn about death.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good conversation.
You're like, get another guinea pig! Get another guinea pig in here!
Fish are high maintenance, man.
Yeah, they are. I found them quite. We had a lot of fish. We had one giant fish called an Oscar fish, which we shouldn't have had, and it went around and it just ate all the other fish and just grew and grew.
We had balloon mollies, which are like smaller versions of goldfish, I guess. But they attack each other. Nobody tells you that. And also, hard to get fish. You can't just wander in and buy a fish.
Not anymore.
Full interrogation.
How big's the tank?
Yeah, you get dragged out the back.
How long's the water
Pets
been?
at home.
Name
Lamp
this fish.
in your face. They just grill you on everything.
A selection of pictures. You have to point out the fish to prove you're not a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you can have a fish.
Totally.
Yeah.
Whereas a guinea pig, you can walk in and go, I want that one, and you're gone within 2 minutes.
Don't even give you a bag.
Could not give a shit.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's why you've got no fish now.
No
and
fish.
7 guinea pigs.
We did have 2 budgies at one point.
Oh dear.
They're messy.
I love a budgie.
They're really, I love a budgie as well, but they are noisy and they're messy. And none of us enjoyed having budgies. And thankfully, a friend of ours, I was moaning about the budgies, and a friend of ours was like, I'd love to have budgies. And I went, I've got 2 you can have, like, this afternoon. And so she's now got those budgies.
And she still got them?
Still got them,
Budgies live a long time.
Yeah.
I would love a parrot. Love a parrot. I feel like, what if you could have any animal real,
A
unreal.
dragon.
Usually I have to give like a sort of outline of like, don't worry, it's ethical, whatever you choose, there's plenty of space, but none of that was important to you. It was, doesn't matter if it's ethical, doesn't matter if it's dangerous. Dragon.
Yeah, not like a big dragon.
Would it grow into a big dragon?
No.
I don't believe you. I think
something like Falcor from the Neverending Story. That would be awesome.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Oh gosh, I can't think of that story without Neverending Story without crying.
Fight the sadness. Fight the sadness, Artax.
No.
Bastion, just call my name.
Do you know what makes
What do I have to do? But I've got to keep my feet on the ground. Bastion, Fantasia needs you.
Do you know what made this feel I would be able to cope with this if I had a cat on me anywhere?
These hands look like such strong hands. I'm quite obsessed with that movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. If what's the sort of grossest or funniest thing that Mavis has ever done?
During COVID, me and Amelia took her for a really big walk because all the roads were closed, so it was great. So we and there's all these nice sort of what are they called? I don't know, like pathways through jungle, British jungle. So
British jungle,
bushes,
meadows,
yeah, meadows, fields, and bushes.
Rambling,
yeah. So a British jungle, and so we walked all the way over to another village, and we're having a really great chat and a laugh, and it was nice. And Mavis was snuffling around in a bush, and then she comes out with something smeared all over her face.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, what the hell? And she just basically shoved her whole face into dog poo. And we had nothing to clean her up with. It was like, this is the most disgusting thing. And then the smell hit us. She's like, and then the smell hit her, so we're walking along with her going. Oh. And so we walked 10 minutes out of our way to there's a petrol station that's a M&S.
You took your
and I had to go
covered pug.
Yeah, I had to go in there
into the middle class mecca.
Yeah,
of M&S.
I had to buy loads of wet wipes. Oh, it was so bad. It was so, but one of her nostrils was blocked up with it. I, to this day, cannot figure out her motivation.
Because her nose, as a pug, is quite far into her face. So she really wants to know what that is. She's already on the way down.
Exactly.
So she's committed.
Yeah.
And then, God bless her, she's straight in there.
And they haven't got a great sense of smell, pugs, I don't think.
Or eyesight. So there was a good chance that could have been edible. Of some way. There's a 10% slither that was something edible and non-damaging, so she went in for it. Oh no, it's a big pile of shit.
Someone told me it's a thing for dogs if they're missing a certain nutrient in their food that they eat shit.
Yeah.
Whereas comedians, we just eat shit when
shit day in, day out.
Yeah, man.
I think because I have one of my dogs, but I've not got a lot of memories, but a vivid memory of mine as a child is watching this sort of blind Weimaraner my mum had brought into the house. Not a big house, we had loads of mad stuff, and it used to do its poos in we used to call it like a clock shape, like a circle, because it would move and poo in this circle.
Perfect.
And it would move and it would drop one, and when it got back round to where it started, it would start eating them again. It's
a proper recycling unit.
So there's barely anything to pick up. That's great. So
its own poo bag.
What's it like? It's not all good having pets. I mean, it's fun. I love my little tortoise. I am increasingly indifferent towards Alice's cats. Sorry, one just walked underneath me, looked at me. I looked at her. And obviously expressed slightly too much interest.
Yeah.
And she
showed you her ass.
Spat at me with her eyes. Yeah. Really. That was...
They do that thing with the eyes and then they show you the ass.
Full arsehole, walks away. So
you know this whole thing of with cats, if they do a long, slow blink at you, it means they love you. Oh. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Oh.
Because cats are predators. We're living with tiny... This is a predator. somewhere,
That
deep inside.
that brooch you're wearing
And
is
in the blood somewhere, a tiny slither of a tiger in there.
So really, I'm just probably too formidable for these cats. She's coming. The second cat
you
Fiora is
ruined
coming.
it.
Oh, I heard it in my voice. I heard the desperation,
it
and then
really
she.
did, wasn't it?
And what do you know? What's the most upsetting part of that is? I know for a certainty, if I wasn't here, she'd have jumped up onto your lap.
She'd
right
be
then.
curled around my neck.
You'd be looking.
I'd be having flashbacks to Millie.
You'd
I'd
look
be
like
emotional.
Eco Cruella de Vil there.
Yeah.
Coat made of living cats.
Living
cats. Happy, healthy cats. What's the most expensive part of having Mavis? Was it the operations or?
Oh my God, yeah. So she got a ulcer on one of her massive eyeballs, and it turned into.
I've seen pictures. She does have.
She has
incredibly round eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, that cat's falling.
I've also watched. She was so relaxed on you. She just gave up all of her evolutionary.
I've felt her slipping for ages, and I'm thinking.
I think she's
when
drunk.
is she going to correct herself?
She's like, she looks so happy.
Where are you going now? This arm.
Maybe
Go to this arm.
It could be to me.
Oh, it could be.
No, she'd rather sit under a cushion. Great.
Yeah, she got an ulcer on her eye that turned into a suppurating ulcer or something like that, which is when it just keeps digging into the eyeball, digging in.
Oh.
And so took her to the vet initially, and we got the eye drops and stuff and did everything we meant to do. Took her back a week later, and I was like, I don't think this is getting better. And the vet looked at it and went, oh my God, we need to get this dog to an emergency eye surgeon ASAP.
Oh my gosh.
So there's one in Bristol. Leapt in the car. It was during that heat wave during lockdown.
Oh, so you're having to spritz her eyes.
Crazy hot.
Like transporting Free Willy. Just keep it moist.
Yeah. But get her there, and they look at it, and they're like, yeah, we know exactly what's happening here. And then the vet just takes me out of the room, and he goes, these are your options. Either she loses the eye, and we surgically remove the eye, and they'll cost about £100. I was like, he goes, or we do a cornea graft.
No.
And just started explaining this really intricate operation. And he goes, that will be about $6,500. And I was like, okay. And he goes, so which one's it going to be? I was about to say, I'm going to have a pirate dog. And then I thought, I better ring Amelia. So I rang Amelia and gave her the option. She said, well, we're paying $6,500.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't have. Since lockdown, I haven't worked. Neither of us have worked.
I haven't been shouting my funnies at anybody.
Exactly. I had been shouting it at my family, but they were becoming impervious.
And they were very stubborn to pay.
Yeah, never paid. Not a single penny. Yeah, and then, we looked at the pet insurance that we had, and that covered maybe half of it. Oh, God. So that's the most expensive thing.
You got to do it, though. Yeah. Haven't you? Got to do it. With Barry, I went away for work for a week, put him into a little turtle house, special sort of reptile thing. Managed to get his head stuck in a little fence, and so we had to take him to a reptile vet. Side note: if you ever want to feel like a 10 out of 10 attractive person, just go and sit in the reptile waiting room at any vet.
It was like I didn't even know that part of the vet existed.
It was like a Dungeons and Dragons club in there. I was absolute queen of the waiting room. And then they had to do a circumcision on Barry's neck, because tortoise necks are a lot like foreskins. So I must have the only neck circumcised tortoise in Bristol. But it was dead expensive, and I was like, wow. But
and how come circumcisions are so popular? If they're that expensive.
Not many people do them at the vet. Because it's your turtle. I ruined it. How
much did that cost?
Oh, that was $2,000, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
You know when you block things out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to glue a little bit of his sort of chin on. And, I don't think he notices. I don't think he notices.
Of course he doesn't.
I mean, why do you think people have pets? Well, it's just sort of like, we always ask at the end a more serious question. A serious question about pets. Because it's a really odd thing if you think about it as humans with other creatures. But they're so important. I think
you summed it up right at the top. You want the attention. You needed something. And pets can provide that,
To you.
Not all pets. I mean, my cat doesn't do this. She doesn't come anywhere near me. And Mavis, her favourite person is Amelia. Like, if we're both at home and I walk the dog, she's got a look on her face like, why is this guy taking me? So I've got the B team? Is that what's happening here? The cat and the dog both 100% prefer Amelia to me.
They do have preferences. I say that as though that's a new... I was like, oh, they have preferences with 2 pets completely avoiding me in this room. And do you think it's a good addition to a family to have pets? I mean, you must, if you've got so many and you've got a family.
But you need to have the lifestyle that you can have it. Because, there's all... The horrible thing during lockdown was loads of people got dogs, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then they all went back to work and they didn't know what to do with the dogs.
Yeah.
So suddenly the bloody animal shelters are filled with needy dogs who, because their owners were at home all the time and suddenly their owners are gone and they've got separation anxiety.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is what I wanted. So now people have chucked them into the, shelters and stuff. So I don't think pets are for everyone.
Yeah.
But if you are going to get a pet, I think you need to think carefully.
Yeah.
Because it does change shit. Like going away on holiday for us is a logistical nightmare. We have to find a local teenager who wants to earn a few quid feeding guinea pigs every day. Guinea pigs and a cat every day. We have to take the dog to, we found either you,
me,
one day, or we've taken her to a dog sitter who has a farm. She has a massive Irish wolfhound as well.
Oh, a pug and an Irish wolfhound.
Pug, Irish wolfhound. And
it's a child's book.
Mate, it's hilarious, the size difference. It's crazy. But that costs heaps of money.
Yeah.
So I think, unless we take the dog with us, which we do when we go on holiday to Wales and stuff like that. But when you go to Spain... It's hard to smuggle a pug onto a plane.
Not impossible.
Get this motherfucking pug off my motherfucking plane.
Be easy if she had that eye patch.
Because she would have been all right with one eye. But having an eye patch, a pug with an eye patch, that would be pug wash.
If she's already got... if she's already got awful depth perception with 2 eyes...
That's true.
How many times would she come out the side of a bush absolutely covered in shit if she had one eye?
And actually, she is. We've realised a city dog, even though we live in the countryside.
That makes no sense.
Well,
what is she getting a flat white?
Yeah, that's her dream. Like when we took her, for a couple. We've been up to Edinburgh Fringe for the month a few times, and she goes up there with us, and she just promenades around all these streets, and she absolutely loves it. If you take her for a walk through the fields, if it's even a little bit wet or muddy, she's like, really? And I'm the same. I'm like, I don't want to go through here either. So she just sticks to the streets.
Nobody move. The second cat, Fiora.
No, she can smell it.
I know. I'm not. I'm just being cash, Jared. I'm being cash.
That is not casual.
This is casual. I'm doing the universal thing for cats. Which is, I guess, is when you're offering to pay them to give you. Come here, I'll give you a fiver. Give me a fiver.
Where did that originate from, though?
Magicians.
The Egyptians, I reckon. There's hieroglyphics of it with the cat god.
This is great for an audio medium.
Yeah. That's how the cat god, whatever the god of cats in Egypt is, gets defeated by all the other gods. They just do that. Yeah.
They're like, you're too needy.
Lure it into a trap.
Fuck off.
Give it some catnip is fun though, isn't it?
I've never taken it in mass.
No, but you've given it to a in mass, like in church.
Listen, I don't know the French, all right? just a girl from a farm up north. I do like giving cats catnip because I love high animals. Which
Hilarious. Their eyes go proper glassy. It's
and they sort of
incredible.
like, this is what she's on. The second cat,
Here we go.
for anybody listening, has Fiora is getting closer and closer to Jared, and in order to get there, had to go around
Here
me.
we go. Here we go.
So for the next episode, I'm going to just fill all my pockets with Dreamies.
Yeah.
And my bra. It's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely wild. I thank you so much for...
Dreamies are really calorific.
Have you tried one?
Yeah, they're delicious.
They're actually really nice, aren't they?
What? No.
They are.
No.
They are.
No.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to like
What's your favourite flavour?
cheese.
Cheese. Well, I suppose it is just cheese, I guess.
Crunchy cheese.
Crunchy cheese, please.
And you know what? You can have them in your pocket. They don't need...
I did eat a dog biscuit once by mistake. You know how really cool middle-class bars and pubs now have dog treats?
Yes, just
That's
on the
quite
bar.
a new thing.
Just on the bar by the...
Yeah, but that's quite a new thing, isn't it? In this country.
In this...
Like, in the last sort of 10 years, maybe.
That's not new. In the last decade.
Compared to how old this country is. That's real
you
new.
can't throw that out there.
Well, it was about 10 years ago. I'd never seen dog treats in a plate before. There was just a jar of what I thought were bar snacks. Hand goes in, boom in the mouth, and I remember the bar guy just staring at me, and I'm chewing, and he goes, "It's a dog treat," and I was like,
That's when you got to commit. Take another one.
"Should have
Chow that back.
Should have
And be like,
Should've.
lucky dogs. Wink.
Comedically, I should have, but it's horrible. I wasn't up for a bush tucker trial.
Just like, how am I supposed to know that? My dog only eats piles of shit. It finds in the... This isn't what my dog eats.
Do you want to hear what my dog actually eats?
What does your dog?
Because of the anal gland issue, we have to give her a high fiber diet.
Oh.
So what she gets dog biscuits, salmon dog biscuits.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I will have
and
two.
then we cook up sweet potato and kale.
Stop it.
Boil the sweet potato and steam the kale. Drain it, blend it all together. Blend it all together because you can't have bits of kale because
she'll spit them out.
No, she won't spit them out. She'll choke on them because pugs' mouths are also fucked up. So it has to be baby food.
Smoothie.
So she gets a spoonful of that with a little bit of biscuits, a Peraton, half a Peraton.
She's allergic to herself.
Half a Peraton because if she doesn't have Peraton, her eyes get really gunky. She gets an anti-itch pill because she's got dog eczema.
Right.
And I got an email today from the pet drug online company saying, we've been looking through the amount of orders you make and we think you're a retail outlet and are reselling this stuff. Because I get like a vet's sort of prescription and do 3 months worth at a time. And they're going, what are you doing?
This can't be
He's
for
selling
one
this.
creature.
Yeah, she
This
gets one a
creature
day.
couldn't be alive.
Yeah, one a day.
So now I see why you say a city dog. She's having smoothies and just popping pills.
A kale smoothie.
Yeah, she's having
And we do powdered fibre.
and added a bit of powdered fibre.
Yeah. Her poos are massive. They are ginormous.
Just like, it's almost as though she must look like she's just shedding her skin and there's like a full pug shape behind her.
Sometimes the poo is so big it lifts her into the air a bit.
And so I will not be looking after her when you next go
you'll
away.
be fine. You'll be fine.
I don't have the blending qualities here.
Well, we would blend it up and freeze it.
Of course, yeah, I forgot. Of course,
so you just need to,
yeah.
There's ways around this.
Very,
sort of stuff.
very well prepared.
And I get her butthole fingered before dropping her off.
Perfect. That'd be great. That would be.
I mean, that's a good rule for dating as well.
Do you think you'll get more? Any more pets?
No, I'm hoping that once the guinea pigs are gone, that's us for guinea pigs. That we're done.
Okay.
That's my hope because, I have to clean out their hutch. I have to feed them. It's like a zookeeper's job before I can start my actual day.
Well, and luckily your day starts at 6 p.m. at night doing comedy. Got to walk the dog at 9 and then I've just got 8 hours before I've got to go to work.
Yeah. 6:30, get the kids up.
Dad, we've missed school.
Kids and my wife are out of the house 7:30 in the morning. And then I'm very productive. I go back to bed for 6 hours.
Just you and Mavis
Yeah.
just chugging around the house.
That's a big day for her. She loves it. If I get home late at night, like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning from a gig, and I'll be downstairs, she sleeps on her bed. Of course she does. So she'll leap off the bed and come down, and she'll just be absolutely delighted to see me. And she'll give me attention for maybe a minute, and then she legs it back upstairs. But she's too short to get on the bed herself, so I have to go upstairs with her to put her back on the bed where she snuggles down, goes back to sleep. So in the morning, when I get up and everyone's getting up and they all leave, and I have to go back to bed, that dog knows it. She is so pumped. She's like, wait, we're going to get back into the bed for the rest of the morning. This is an awesome day. I've got a photo of her. She'd got herself under the sheets and has her head on my pillow with her paws out like that. Like, you fucking idiot.
This is real love. This
Yeah.
is love. This has been lush. Thank you, Jared, for coming on. And I guess thank you to Fiora, the cat that hates me, and Joy, the cat that just sees right through me, for stepping in and providing some excellent and poignant moments about my neediness and general lack of love from the pet community. But is there anything that you, Jared, would like to plug or promote? It's basically to my mother.
No, nothing to plug. Yeah, Instagram.
Instagram and Panto, man.
Instagram and Panto.
Panto.
If you're up in Leicester.
Everyone
I only
is.
do Panto in Leicester.
Yeah.
Do
I want
you
a
have
lasagna.
any jokes on
No.
pets?
None.
None.
Not right now.
Yeah, but you should sign off with like a...
Yeah, I'm trying, Jared.
No, but even just like a street joke about
Got nothing.
about pets. Yeah, but you just Google it, don't you?
Can't just Google it, Jared. I'm an artist.
Yeah, you do.
I'm an artist.
Well, we can cut this bit out.
I don't think we
cat
will.
jokes. Yeah? Cat jokes?
I got a couple of cat jokes, but I don't think they're appropriate for this. I'm going to do the outro because I can feel Alice staring at me.
41 cat jokes to tickle your funny bone.
Nope. And thank you for listening to a brand new podcast all about pets and how we love them.
What did the cat say when he lost all of his money?
I don't know.
I'm so poor.
All right. We hope you all listen again soon. We'll be speaking to another funny person about their pets. And by then, I'll have eaten so many dreamies that these cats, I'll just be emitting that from my pores. There's a joke. And
What does
see
a
you
cat's
next
way of
time.
keeping law and order?
I don't know.
Claw enforcement. See? Just find a shit and pet joke. Sign off with that. Pet joke of the week.
No,
and then your mum can send in one.
she will.
And you can
She'll
read at
write
the end
them.
you can read out people's pet jokes that they send in.
He's got a point, Alice. But I want a lasagna.
Yeah, true.
So let's go have a lasagna. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.